did you get into teaching in the first place?
I've actually taught for a very, very long time, even going back into high school. I was actually hired by one of my teachers who taught English to tutor his daughter in Algebra 2 before I had actually ever even taken Algebra 2 myself. And I told the teacher, I said, I'd be happy to help, but be aware, I haven't taken this course either. And he said, having seen you teach, because part of the thing we did in that particular class was do a lot of presentations and everything. He said, having seen you teach, I know you can help my daughter, because he felt as though she understood or had the capability of understanding the material. She just needed someone to explain it to her in a better way. And so she and I, for about a semester, sat down and we would simply work through the material together. You know, I would teach myself as I was teaching her the Algebra 2 material. And she went from having a C to, at the end of 9 weeks, up to an A- average through the rest of the time that she was in that class. And that sort of sparked my interest in teaching. So I spent a year teaching middle school math, and I taught for one of the test prep providers. I taught the GMAT, the LSAT, and the GRE, test prep for that. I've done presentations of all sorts in technical forums and in business forums. And then back in 1997, I was living in Southern California, and an opportunity came up to do technical instruction. And so for 3 years I was a full-time instructor, and then after that I went back to more of a mix of consulting and computer training.
What are the types of courses you have taught in Netcom learning in the past?
Recently, most of my course work for Netcom has focused on SharePoint, SQL Server, and BizTalk. As well as some more, if you will, esoteric topics like identity integration server and things of that nature. Although I've taught for Netcom and for others, almost every database platform regularly used. I've taught both Windows and Linux network administration. I've taught Exchange and Lotus Notes administration. I've taught almost every topic you could think of in programming, a lot of .NET, but also Java, C and C++. I actually taught a couple weeks for NASA. A number of years ago to transition them from C programming to C++ programming. So, so pretty much if it has to do with computers, I've probably taught it at one point or another. Not only the highly technical things, but I've done actually a lot of end user training. I did a lot of Word and Excel and Access training. In fact, the first course I ever taught for Netcom was an Access course a day after I had moved to New York. You guys had a need for someone to fill in for a sick instructor teaching Access for the city, and I came in the next day and taught the class for 2 days.
James, what is your academic background?
My academic background, I have a degree in software engineering from the University of Texas, Austin, and then I also have a bachelor's and master's from the University of Texas in opera singing in vocal performance, and I have a postmaster's performance certificate from a conservatory here in New York City called Mannes. It's one of the premier small music conservatories, and all of that was in service of working toward singing opera.